What's up everyone, Alex here, and I have another GameCube showcase where I've been testing a lot more games for the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. It's just going to be quite a long video, so I'm going to get straight into it. The first thing I'm going to do is open Dolphin MMJR. This is the emulator I'm going to be using exclusively. Something I should go into, so I have actually tested a few things in MMJR 2, which is useful for some games. Maybe some Wii games as well. I need to do more testing, and then when you install emulators at the start of the process of first turning on your Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, it'll ask you if you want to install Dolphin for handhelds, which is another fork that may be a little different and might actually improve some games. But from my testing, a lot of things work very well in MMJR, so I'm going to be keeping to that. And let's get straight to it. Actually, MMJR2 is the Luminous fork I've been using, which I did link in my last video, so I just wanted to clarify that. So we're going to go into MMJR, excuse me, and going to have a look at my settings again, because things have changed just a bit. So I'm going to just flick through them and you can see these. I don't want to go too into these again, but these are like my base settings. And this is actually going to help remind me that I have tweaked certain games and certain settings, so I should be reminded. I've changed OpenGL to Vulkan because most games were going to use Vulkan. In my other guide, I started with OpenGL and changed to Vulkan, and pretty much most games use Vulkan, but there's a few cases where OpenGL is better. And that's on synchronous. Start aspect ratio to stretch to window, and go to enhancements, internal resolution. Still trying to do 1.5, but for some games we'll go down to 1x. These have not been changed. These are all off. Anti-aliasing off and off. And as usual, when we go through certain games, we have certain things turned on and off. And as usual, most games are going to be using the widescreen hack. And in here, most of this is turned on except for that one. And that just about does it. Okay, so got a lot of games to test. Another thing I wanted to point out is that there's a lot of GameCube games that are multi-platform and also work on the PlayStation 2. Now, Aether SX2 is a very good emulator, and in some cases, so for example, I had a game on here called Gun. It's like a Wild West game, and on the Retroid Pocket 3 on Dolphin, it ran like crap. No matter what I did, it ran like crap. But play the PS2 version, runs very, very well. So in some cases, if there's a game I haven't got on here that's multi-platform, I've probably tested it on the PS2, or I'm going to do a video on that. And another case, for example, there's a game called Auto Modelista, which is a pretty cool Capcom driving game. That's also on the PS2. I could never get it to run quite well on the GameCube, so I've just deleted it. I got rid of it, and I'm going to be doing some testing on that on the PlayStation 2. Now, I've already done a video where I've tested certain games, for example, 1080 and F-Zero GX. So we're just going to be going one by one for all the other games I have on here that I have not tested yet, but have tested now. So there is a lot of them. So let's start off with Batallion Wars. And as usual with each game, I'm going to have a quick look at my settings. So in here, we have EFB access off, CPU clock speed at 35%. Actually, before I go on with this one, because usually when I start each one, I have a look at the game settings here, just to double check that it is Vulkan, and it is at 1.5. Now, because I've tested a lot of games, I'm hoping if there's something unique, I will just remember it and then go from there. This is one where I've been using the D-pad for the stick because it has kind of tank controls. And then I've swapped the L and R buttons around so that with R I can strafe. And with these settings, the game has been running pretty smooth.
Nailed him! And it looks like you left the metapack behind. You grab these for yourself, otherwise your grunts will pick them up as necessary.
I've never played this before, but I believe there's a second one, and I think it has something to do with Advance Wars. I usually like these kind of games. I do enjoy squad-based games where you have to like move your squad around and do some cool shooting, but this seems quite basic. Is he a bad guy? He is. Am I targeting my own player? I think I'm targeting my own player. Why can you target your own player? There we go. As usual, don't expect the best gameplay on this channel. I never played this game. I don't know what's going on. But I just want to give a small slice of each game where I've got to a certain point, done a decent amount of testing, and hopefully that's as much as I need to show. But on a case-by-case basis, some games will run bad at some point. So also do be sure to check out the Dolphin Wiki, because each game will have information about why something is or isn't working. So for the most part, that was just really smooth. Next game we have a look at is Beyond Good and Evil. Somebody in the comments asked to see this. We're using OpenGL this time, and we also are doing 1x. Okay, so I've been testing these games throughout the past week or so I'm just gonna have to trust myself that there's a reason why I've picked these settings. I don't know how far I got into this, but I did some combat and watched some cutscenes. We have everything turned on except skip idle, and we're at 150% clock speed. So it's entirely possible that if I played this a little bit more, I'd want to tweak certain things, but I got to this point and it was running pretty smooth, so I called it quits and said, yep, that's running well. I have played this before. I can't remember what I played it on. I think it was on the Gamecube. But I don't think I own it anymore. I had a friend that constantly told me, you need to play this game, it's really, really good. And when I finally played it, I was like, yeah, that really was actually a damn good game. Enter the code. Actually, I'm worried this will be a bad test now, because some open world, because it does eventually get a little bit more open. There's like racing and things, and oof, that could actually need some tweaking at that point.
It's those doms that took away our parents, huh, Jade? Yeah, but they may still...
Scandalize, okay.
And there's a sequel coming to this game at some point. Wasn't it like 4 years ago at E3 that they did some presentation on this game? That was back when Aisha Tyler presented the E3 Ubisoft press conference. That is a really long time ago.
No juice.
I'm supposed to find a code to power all this stuff up, I think, but... Or maybe I was meant to get the camera first.
It's up to you now, Yate. Join the Alpha section, and you will know the taste of victory. Go.
I forgot how many pictures you had to take in this game.
Hi, Jade. I see Secundo or...
This is very Breath of the Wild. Was it Breath of the Wild where you take pictures all the time?
Those stupid doms are gonna get us all. We're all gonna die.
The
Don't worry, you're all safe here in the lighthouse.
Alright, well, because this is a pretty long video, I am going to get on with the next game, so I'm hoping those settings do run that game as well as I hope. Billy Hatcher. Never played this one either, but we are using Vulkan, and we are also, I believe, at 1.5x. Yes, sir. I didn't play too much of this. I remember testing this out on the Odin as well, and there's a couple of settings that make it a lot more playable. It's quite loud. So we have EFB access from CPU off. Sometimes when I have a setting off, it's just because I've been flicking around testing certain things and then decided, okay, that works. So maybe this on and off does nothing, but I'm not going to mess around with these settings now. I've left it for some reason. Usually store EFB copies to texture only helps these games a lot. We got sync and skip idle on and 75% clock speed. And just skip through that text. At some point, Billy gets a chicken outfit, and then I didn't test it much further than that because I didn't know what to do. Much better. Maybe I didn't know what to do because I skipped the text. There's so many games to test. I just, because one of the things I love about these devices, like personally, I enjoy the process of testing a game and getting it running as smooth as possible. There's something addictive about that. I enjoy it a lot, and sometimes I don't even play those games. But what I like to tell myself is that maybe one day I will want to play that game, and I will want to have the comfort of just opening it up and knowing it runs. Okay, I didn't have this egg before. So that's a really great feeling as well, just knowing that I put the work in, and whenever I want to play this game or some other game someday. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of stutter. When I test, I usually try and do as many things as I can to kind of make something happen. So turn the camera, attack some enemies and whatnot. And I can hear and feel a bit of stutter right now. I guess something I could show you, in this case in particular, because the game is running very well, and the dips are so minor. If we go to game settings and then general and scroll down to audio stretching, turn that on, and that way when we play the game, whenever there is a little bit of a dip, it's just not going to come through in the audio. The audio should be fine. And then we'll barely notice there is any drops. We may feel them a little bit, but they shouldn't come through in the audio, except they are. So that's some actual hard dip right there, because I saw the numbers go red in the top left. Maybe I would, oops, turn that back on, and maybe go down to 60, 70. Maybe that will change a little bit. No, I'm still getting it a little bit. But it's not terrible. In which case, I would say just move the just mess around with that. Go between like 35 and 80, and you might find a sweet spot where it's actually working like absolutely perfectly. But I settled around 75. Next thing we're going to look at, also requested, is Bloody Raw. We are using Vulkan, and we are, I think it's 1.5x. I believe this game was running really well, so it was like just minimal testing. I've made loads of save states to try and make this video as seamless as possible to get into the gameplay. Otherwise, we'll be here for ages watching cutscenes and all sorts. Oh, did I not have a save state for this one? I guess not. It's a fighting game. So there's no video playing right here. Some of these games, the video doesn't play. I'm not sure if there's a certain setting that actually would help that, but for the most part, the games I've tested where you couldn't watch videos like this, it wasn't even necessary. So we skip that, press start. It's weird that I'm getting used to pressing start and select up here. So settings, sorry, forgot to look at those. EFB access from CPU is off. Sync on skip idle off and 70% clock speed. Let's pick this guy. Eureka. Never played Bloody Roar before. Played lots of other fighting games, but never tried Bloody Roar. It seems alright. It seems kind of like a Dead or Alive Tekken type of game, except you morph into monsters now and then. Oh, that's not cool. So this is another thing, actually. I didn't test every stage. Oh. Now that we've fallen through the floor, it's, Does she turn into a cat? What the hell, man? Now I know why people play this game. Look at these combos I'm doing. Oh. Okay, in the knee. I thought I smacked him right in the nuts. So we've got some shadow problems here. This is a thing that I've noticed in a few games, actually. And with MMJR, it doesn't have all the settings that certain emulators use. So there's this one setting, I think it's called like Vertex Shading Cache or something. Vertex something. It's not in MMJR, but it's in other versions. And that actually improves certain games like Star Fox Adventures. We're gonna have a... Oh my god, I can't. The meowing, I cannot. We're gonna have a look at Eternal Darkness, which is Vulcan. And I believe 1.5. Yeah, I didn't actually go into this too much, but I was in a section where I could run around, do some things. Everything on except skip idle. 300% clock speed. Oh, this game is really dark. How do you run? I remember swapping the buttons around because when you have to move the left stick and also use the L2 button, left trigger, it feels awkward to me. So I'll swap some buttons around. But I did see a Reddit thread where there is a it's like a grip. Sorry, that's the word, a grip. So you can use your handhelds like a controller. And this one was a telescopic grip for the Switch Lite. And apparently it works very well. Oh. Works very well with the Retroid Pocket 3, as long as you like tweak the grip things inside the telescopic grip. I'm kind of interested to check it out. I was quite interested in grips. Oh, this room is so dark. With the 3DS and Vita, I looked at a lot of like grips for holding comfortably, or silicone grips for protection and grip. The Switch one actually, the Switch Lite one rather, actually looks pretty decent for using this one. I think if you wanted to have a long gaming session, I would recommend giving it a try. Because using these sticks as well, you feel like you just need a bit more comfort down here. Played this when I was a kid as well. I don't remember remember this being scary. I remember thinking it was weird. And, well, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens in this game that's kind of scary, kind of weird. Kind of like Hideo Kojima-isms, I'd call them. And, but there was one in particular I remember, like, made me jump. I think it had something to do with bathtub. It was mostly a jump scare, but it's quite clear I'm not going to do anything important. But that seems to be the settings that are working well for that game. Next, we'll have a look at Fire Emblem. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, but I do enjoy some tactical games. We are using Vulcan, and we are also got 1.5. Yeah. Actually, a really big fan of Shining Force. I recently just played Shining Force 3 Scenario 1 on my Odin, but when I went to play Scenario 2, it kept crashing. And I have to either mess around with that or try a different core in RetroArch, because I'm using Yabush Sanshiro, but I digress. Everything ticked except skip idle, and 70% seemed to do the trick. I feel like I've tested a Fire Emblem game before. This one seems pretty decent. I don't know why he attacks twice, but I like it. Yeah, you'd think if I... Oh no, can we skip this? I didn't know there'd be a tutorial in this battle. Oh nice, you can attack and then move? That's pretty cool. Yeah, oh thank god, I thought they were going to show me the other two move. So I can go blah 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 and then attack this dude. Oof. Hit him again? Yeah. Wait, so she said I can move again, but I can't attack again. Or can I? Wait, let me see. No. So I can get her into another position. Great. Well, that's a good look at Fire Emblem. Not too much, but it was running pretty smooth. And next game we're going to have a look at, Ikaruga. So at first I was like, this didn't work very well, but then I wasn't testing it in Vulcan. And that was when I first got this thing. So I was trying it in on my Dreamcast, on Redream. However, so let's look at the settings here real quick. Graphics settings, Vulcan. I believe it's at 1x. Okay, we'll leave it at 1x. I really hope I'm not missing some other like little settings. I feel like if I come across the game, I'll remember something. So we're going to load this, and the way I've set up the game is we're actually going to play it vertical like this, but I've actually changed the controls to work that way. So I'm using the D-pad to move. I'm using the stick up to shoot, the stick down to change polarity, and stick down, just stick click to do the homing attack. So I'm going to load. And it actually works quite well. So continue game, I'm just going to flick up. Alright, I'll do. And this way I don't have to awkwardly hold different sides of it. I can just... And it feels pretty comfortable. I flick down to change polarity. I'm pretty sure you can set up, like, I know there's a lot of these kind of games on the Dreamcast. I reckon you can set it up this way with the controls too. And that'll be pretty fun. I played Ikaruga quite a lot on the GameCube when it first... Oh, bugger. I meant to move. When it came out, and I didn't realise it was a Dreamcast game, but the Dreamcast version, I think, was Japan only. And this was back in the day where just like getting high scores and things was just a really good way of playing a game. It's weird that that matters less these days. Oh, that's cheap. I can just press start here. Ooh. So it's pretty intuitive. Pretty intuitive playing it this way. I'm pretty sure someone who's a bit more into their bullet hells would think this is sacrilege to use direction up and down. Although I suppose you could set it to be up to shoot and then press the button to change polarity, and then flick down if you wanted to do homing attack. Oops. Whatever, man. I think the boss is soon. I just want to get the boss on the screen and see some chaotic action. I suppose another thing you could do, you could use your palm to like push into the L2 button. That might work particularly well as an input. Oops. Okay. Oh no. Wait, that's not it, is it? Wait. Yeah. I want to continue. Please. Wait. No. Oh, I got no credits. So I didn't even get to show the boss? Whatever. Well, no, it was running really well. Next thing I'm going to have a look at is Kirby's Air Ride. I don't think there's anything worth looking at here. Vulcan. 1.5x. What we got? EFB access off, sync off, 50% speed. This is a really simple game. You don't have to do anything. You just press the button. You just press A, I think, to slow down your ride. I will say, if I go through some of these games and you copy my settings and for some reason it doesn't work, something really wrong, just Google the problem, so type the name of the game, say, if it's Sonic, say Sonic, blah blah blah, Dolphin, Android. You may need to specify Android because of certain settings, and yeah, you'll hopefully find someone who's come across the same problem. Or you can also check the Dolphin wiki for the game as well, and there'll be a list of things that are probably not working. So for example, the last game I just tested was Pokémon Colosseum, and that game would not load textures properly because of an in-game widescreen issue, so you had to like turn widescreen hacks off and apply a action replay code. Or was it a gecko code? Oh, I might have put that in wrong, actually. Here is, it's like the GameCube version of Kururin. Kururin. On Falcon, probably 1.5x, yeah. I actually played this for a little while on the Odin. I don't think I have a save on here. Sorry, long videos, I need to get comfortable. We are 30 minutes into this video and there's still so many games I need to show. This is all in Japanese. I don't know if there's a translation patch. I never actually looked because it's just such a simple game. Why would you need one? I think I took the save data from my Odin. So this is some kind of boss. And you're just a twisting stick that constantly twists. I have boxing gloves on the end of this stick. I think you have to... Do you always have those? And you constantly twist, you just don't want to touch anything. And that's the game, pretty much. I think... So what do we got here? Everything ticked on... Yeah, 100% that's off. Oh, I just got obliterated. You are supposed to break those. This is one of those games that's just like quite an easy time sink. You'll start playing it and get into the flow of this twisting stick and not touching things and go, hey, this is pretty decent. It's actually not bad. I don't want to spend a long time on that because that's very simple. Ah, crap. Next, we're going to have a look at Mario Golf. So this one has some problems. What did I change here? We are using OpenGL for this one. Trying to think if there's anything else I was trying here. I do believe that in this game in particular, I did what I did on Billy Hatcher and turn audio stretching on because it's such a slow game that, you know, it doesn't seem to matter if it dips down a bit. Click, 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 click. Alright, so that's everything I've got on there. Let's go in the game and check it out. So I'm on like the first stroke of Toadstool Kingdom or whatever. And everything ticks except skip aisle. We'll put 80%. I don't know why I chose that one, but I've left it there for a reason. I also tested this game on MMJR 2. I couldn't seem to find a way to play it any smoother or better on that emulator. One of the reasons I chose OpenGL for this is because there's a really annoying flickering problem, and like it would just flash white a lot, and it was just really annoying. So once you get going, it does play a little better. So going for that swing was actually a bit slow. Kind of makes the game a little bit easier. But now it starts to get a bit smoother. But yeah, I was surprised that when I first... Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. When I first turned this on, I thought this was going to work no problem. Easy peasy. But it did not. So it's like a bit of a curve. Oh man, not that much of a curve. I forgot. I've not played golf games in ages. Oh no. Oh, it went in, thank God. Like I said, this is a channel for testing games, not great gameplay. I used to play a lot of Mario Golf though. Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color was my jam. I should probably check out the Game Boy Advance version because that seems really cool. So yeah, it should be at like 60, but it was going down to about 40 there. So the first, I guess because there's just a lot of golf course ahead of us that it's having difficulty. I forget to say this, but if you have noticed any way to make some of these games perform a little better, I do welcome that in the comments, obviously, because it helps everybody else too. And I don't want to like give misinformation. These videos are mostly to try and just show what this console does, like properly. And it's not like a vertical slice. It's me sitting down and playing it, and you going, right, that's the console I'm buying. That's what it can do. Oh, let's put this and then go to the next game. Nice par. Shut up, dude. Next thing we have a look at is Mario Tennis. This one runs great. Didn't really have to do anything with this. So we're in Vulcan and we are using 1.5x. And I believe we're going to school Luigi. So I could just use the D-pad for this. So I was just messing around with these as I played the game. So for a lot of GameCube games, this is kind of what you only really need. EFB copies the texture on, and maybe some emulated clock speed. But there's some cases where like these other options are going to help. But it seems for a lot of games it doesn't matter having them on and off. They're just harmless. Where? So, we're over 30 minutes into a video. I can't remember how many games I've shown, but they all seem to be running pretty smooth. You suck, Luigi. Let's get a rally going so we can use a special. I hate being on the top. Luigi, you dirty bastard. I remember every time I was trying to do one of those specials is when I wanted to flick around with some of the settings, because there was some slowdown. Oh. I never got into Mario Tennis. For me, when it comes to tennis, it's Virtua Tennis 1 on the Dreamcast all the way. That was my jam. Love that game. Oh, did I hit him in the face? Oh, Luigi! Luigi! I'm gonna beat him. Here we go. Easy peasy. Game, set, and match, Luigi. Get out of here. Yeah, this one, Mega Man X Command Mission. I don't know anything about this game. I don't think I even had to tweak this much. It ran pretty nicely. I think it's 1.5x as well. And let's do a quick load. I just got to some area at the start of the game and everything is on. Quite usual here. Skip idle is off, 70% clock speed. And oh yeah, Mega Man's got like this cool cape, and this is it's like JRPG Mega Man, which sounds kind of cool. I'm used to the Battle Network games. I've played one of them, I think. What? Is this like ATB? I did it. Man, I would love Capcom to do something insanely awesome with Mega Man. Some kind of reboot. I don't know what. I mean, there was talks a long time ago. I think there was even footage of there being a Mega Man that was like Metroid Prime. And that seemed like an amazing idea at the time. But the thing is, Mega Man isn't dark. Whereas like Metroid Prime can be dark. So I imagine if Mega Man was going to be like a first-person kind of thing, I can imagine, for example, Platinum Games taking it on and doing something a bit more arcadey with some like character action elements in it. In fact, actually, a character action Mega Man game sounds pretty dope. Ooh. One of the like all-time things I would love Capcom to do is make a character action Strider game, like in the vein of Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden. That would be so cool. And whilst we're talking about wishlists, I would like Castlevania to come back with a sort of Dark Souls style progression to it. Not necessarily the same gameplay. I'm one of the guys that thought Lords of Shadow was actually a really cool game, but obviously not a great Castlevania. But I love the music, and I thought the gameplay was amazing, and I actually quite like the story. Ooh. What happened there? I think we've looked at Mega Man quite a bit. That was running really nice. Metal Arms is... Oops. Ooh, we went over to the Wii. Spoilers. We're going to do a Wii video at some point. Whilst I'm looking at that, I added some other games I might be interested in, but I didn't want to fill up the Retroid Pocket with loads of Wii games, because there's just loads I'm not interested in, and not all of them work fantastically. So we're using Vulkan. And I think it's at 1x, yeah. Thank God, because it doesn't run fantastic. Oh, what am I doing? It will load state. These settings, so I messed around with these a lot. We're at 50%. Sync on is off. Usually when you turn that one on, it makes the game choppy. Not all the time, though. I do believe that Metal Arms is on the PS2. So this is a case where actually after I tested it, I should have gone and seen what it's like on the PlayStation 2, because it might actually run a lot better on that emulator. And for some reason, it's taking ages to... Like when we get some action and things, that's when it gets kind of eh. And of course, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't find the Retroid Pocket 3 to be like a really great system to play games like this, where you're moving around a camera and squeezing down the trigger. It just doesn't... Quite quickly, it starts to feel like not a system I want to play like that. I can't remember the controls. So, are they going to open this door? Do I want to jump down on that bridge? I do have a double jump. No, I'm going to miss, I. Oh, look at me go. Oh, no. I turned the camera. Shouldn't... Oh. He is dead. Actually, it's not... Well, that makes sense. Maybe the audio just didn't load in, or I saved it at a stupid point. I think this gun needs to charge before I really fell. Wait, can the bridge break? I'm pretty sure I'm about to die, but I was like, can the bridge break? Oh my god, aiming on this thing is ass. Did they open the door? No, they want me to kill those aliens. No, they're not aliens, they're robots. I can't, dude. I can't aim at these goddamn robots. I'm gonna see if I can jump across again. Oh, I think I had lost the apex of the jump and I could not get the double jump. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but at this point... Oh no, there's an invisible wall that stops me. Invisible wall that stops me. So what I've tested of this, I don't know if I'd say I would want to play this. Wait, is there an... I don't know, there's no lock on. I can't, dude. I can't play that game. It runs okay. So, we looked at Metroid Prime in the last video. Metroid Prime 2, for some reason, runs a little bit worse. I found this to be the case on the Odin as well, but we're using Vulkan. And should be at... Oh, we're using 1.5x. Let's go to 1x, because I believe 1x is what should be used. This is actually a good time for me to explain one of the settings in this game. I think it's the same in Metroid Prime 1 as well. So if I load game, basically you can't play Metroid Prime without scanning everything. I mean, you can, but if you really like Metroid Prime, you will scan everything. Like, it's just what you do. And there's a lot of helpful things and switches and stuff that you have to do. So we are getting around 60-ish frames. The widescreen's a bit scuffed, but you can see the settings we have here are everything on and 35% clock speed. And when I shoot... Oops, sorry, I was turning up the audio. When I shoot and jump and when I morph, it's pretty decent. But you'll find that when I switch to visor mode and try and scan things, it just won't let me. And the reason for this is you have to change the EFB access from... No, copies. I think it's this one. And then you can. But the problem about that is now you're going to lose like a third of the frames. So we're dipping into the red and going down to... Let's say 37. And I don't think there's anything we can do about that. So right now it's not terrible. But then when I flip into visor mode, it starts feeling choppy. A bit of slowdown. Yeah. This is also the same thing that happens in Super Mario Galaxy with the pointer. So now, turn the setting on. I cannot scan anything, but it's running really smooth. So this wasn't so much a problem on the Odin because it had the power to just run it like that. But you'll have to make your own decision whether you can handle that crap. This is a game where I think I might put the lock on the right trigger because it's annoying. My left hand already feels like it's hurting a bit. So I can't scan that because I have to change the setting. Yeah, it's a shame that that's the way it is. But aside from that, the performance is mostly decent. But yeah, we're going to have to leave that at that, I think. The next game we're going to look at is PN03. This one runs very easily. It's a pretty simple game, to be honest. I don't know if it's a good game. I actually owned this when I was younger. I can't even remember if I finished it or if I just sold it. It's really... it's like... It's got a style to it, but it doesn't feel stylish. If I can say that. Like, the combat's boring. The controls are odd. settings we've got for this are 300% clock speed. And because this is tank controls, it works to use the D-pad. I'm trying to think if there's a lock-on button. It just seems one of those games where, like, you would just kind of look onto something and strafe left and right. So the C-stick does some, like, camera stuff. This is the D-pad in my settings. This is now the stick. So when I tap L... Oh, L and R. Okay, got you. I meant to duck. I can't remember if you like unlock abilities later on in this game. That's stupid, dude. The robot's making you duck, but then these ones just fly in and shoot you anyway. Alright, well look, for the most part it runs great. But I've never had any particular love for that game. Phantasy Star Online. This is an interesting one to talk about for a moment because... well, it's not the settings, rather, it's just the game itself. So we're doing Vulkan 1.5x. What I found, and I didn't... This isn't a problem with like loading the state and trying to save, because I played this for like an hour. I, played the game for about an hour, and then I went to quit game and override the save. Then when I went to start up the game a bit later on and load my save, it said there was like some kind of problem and it's wiped all my data. And I could load the save file and I'd be at level 0 with my character. I don't know if that's meant to happen, but I guess I would say if you're going to play this, then just save state. 50%. The controls in this, I forgot, like, I used to love Phantasy Star Online. I thought it was the tits. The tits. But... oh my god. But... The camera's the biggest problem. It's just... what button is it to... you can't lock on. You can't easily turn around. I got to like level 6. And I did this whole area. One of the best things about Phantasy Star Online is like when you get later on in the game and you start getting really good stuff. Really good loot. Make your character really badass. I think this game was like one... no, not this one. Sorry, the first Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast was like my first proper online gaming experience. The Dreamcast overall was pretty much my first online. I can't remember what I was doing on PC at the time. But I played a lot of Phantasy Star Online on a 56k modem, where you would have to plug a cable into your telephone. What would you call it? Telephone. So basically where you plug in the telephone. So you couldn't use the telephone and go online at the same time. Now that makes me feel old. Jesus, man. That thing's gonna trash me. Pikmin. Now, both these Pikmin games use the same settings, I think, which I'm glad. So, Vulcan 1.5x. These ran really decently. They're hard locked at 30 frames. Those two settings off, 50% clock speed. Pretty sure I copied those same settings to Pikmin 2. This is another 3D game that just doesn't use the C stick to move the camera. It bugs me so much. Now, I played the first Pikmin. How do I, That's how I move the camera. Yeah, I played the first Pikmin. I remember it being pretty fun. But I think I sold it, and then I had no desire to play any more Pikmin games. But I do remember it getting quite addictive. So if you've never played Pikmin and want some kind of like... What would you call this type of game? It's not exactly a puzzle game. But you gather up the Pikmin and you do the level. Sorry, where is my Pikmin? Do I have to pick him up all the time? There you go. He's going to put it back. Nice. If you find me fumbling around controls, you will... Oh, I guess I can't get that one. Then hopefully you will sympathize that I'm testing like 40 different games. And there's a lot to remember. Haven't really been able to test anything. I think if I can... So what does that button do? I know you can like rally them together. And pull up these ones. Maybe there's a big dude we can attack. I think the best testing you can do on this game is just get like 100 of these damn things and just attack. Oh no, this is making me want to play this. I'm not sure if I regret now putting the control stick to the D-pad. I thought it was a good idea at first. You need 10. Alright, I give up. That's a good little test. I'm pretty sure Pikmin 2 is the same settings. I think I'll just bundle this up in the same chapter in the video, but I had a quick test of this. Exact same settings. Didn't change the stick to the D-pad for this one. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not testing Animal Crossing. So if there's like a couple of games you're like, oh, why is he not testing that? He's testing so many, especially Nintendo games. Some of them are just know I will never play. Animal Crossing is one of those games I know I will never play. Because I actually bought the newest Animal Crossing for the Switch. And I was so bored. I'm someone that loves Stardew Valley, loves Harvest Moon, but Animal Crossing just bores me to tears. It's like the ultimate kind of like vanity game where you do everything just to like get possessions. And I guess it can be like quite creative, but I would prefer something like Minecraft in that regard. You know? Everyone's a bit different. But Animal Crossing just... And the limitations as well, like you could only do certain stuff every day. I don't know, I just could not vibe with it. That's a good term. I did not vibe with Animal Crossing. But evidently, it vibes with so many. Pokemon games. So Pokemon Colosseum is one I tested today. This was like the last game I ended up testing. We've got Vulcan and we are using 1.5x. And I've also turned off the widescreen hack. So I did mention earlier in the video where in this case I applied a cheat which is not there. I can't remember if I changed the settings so that it overrode. So whatever. So for the purpose of this video, let's just go with that. It's not proper widescreen, but if you go to the Dolphin page, you can find a code. I think it's a gecko code to activate true widescreen. I've just gone to the battle mode to just do some fighting. Let's burn this to duo. Oh, settings. Sorry, the last video made me forget everything I just put on, and we're at 70%. I played Pokemon Colosseum on the Nintendo 64. I never played the Gamecube version. It's cool that they modeled everything and animated it. I don't know how many Pokemon are in this game. But when I was a kid, around the Gamecube time, that's when I hoped Nintendo would do a huge 3D Pokemon adventure. And they never really did. And they finally have now, mostly on the Switch. Dude, that just wrecked my Calibur. What was it? Was that a... I think it's electric. Get a grass type out. Does this game look better than the newest Pokemon on the Switch? I don't know. What else we got? Giga Drain, Synthesis. Oh, he's psychic, not electric. There's someone watching. No, he's not electric. I know Pokemon fans are very passionate. I don't know what Synthesis just did. I should probably use Body Slam. The only Pokemon games I ever played was Pokemon Red. No, I didn't play Blue. I played Pokemon Red. I played Pokemon Red when it came out on the Game Boy. I specifically remember skiving the day off school and getting the game. I played it all day on my Game Boy. I absolutely loved it. And then like a year or so later, I can't remember exactly when, Pokemon Yellow came out, and I was really excited. Like, wow, I'll play Pokemon with Pikachu. And I was like... And this is back when... there was less information on games. Like, you had like reviews and magazines and things, but I remember getting Pokemon Yellow, coming home, starting it up and going, what the hell? This is literally Pokemon Red with Pikachu following me. And I literally went back to the shop the same day to return the game and got something else instead. I was like, I was so disappointed. Scary Face. I'm going to use Scary Face and then I'm going to quit. disappointing. Pokemon Gale of Darkness. We are using Vulcan, and we are also using 1X. I remember specifically with this game, we have dual core turned off because that's going to cause some problems. So make sure dual core is turned off. I played it a little bit and just started going around the town. Those are the settings we have on. 35% clock speed as well. I can't remember the specific problem now. I think I remember like the opening cutscene. Oh wait, I'm using the D-pad. For some reason, if I use the D-pad, I can. If I go slightly like that, I can go down. But then, what happens when I go all the way down? He goes up. I don't know why it does that. Oops, I don't want to. Can I leave? I never played this. I never even seen this game before. I knew it existed. I think I have one Pokemon. Oh my god. We're at an hour over this video. This is going to be the longest video I've ever done, I think. It's going to be huge. Alright, I haven't been outside here yet. Let's see how this runs. Cool. That's a cool Pokemon building. I don't think I could go anywhere else. Damn, I was hoping to do some kind of Pokemon battle. Just a random chest. That's a cool Pokemon chest. There are two of them. I like that chest. Yeah, dude, if I was a kid and I had an entire Pokemon adventure like this, I seem to remember it being the case, something like this is a Pokemon adventure, but it's not very big. Or it's not the Pokemon adventure you'd expect. I can't really remember. Damn, I was hoping to battle. I wanted to run past some kid. It's like, hey, I've been training my Pokemon. I want to take you on. Oh. Psyduck. Quag. Oh, poor Psyduck. He's always got a headache, dude. Can't you sympathize? I'll be on this game forever if I try and find a battle. Those are the Pokemon games. Last video I looked at Resident Evil. We'll have a very brief look at Resident Evil 0, which is on Vulcan. And I assume 1.5x. It sure is. The settings, I believe, I copied over from Resident Evil 1. Everything on except Skip Island and 75% clock speed. If I run over here, I think I have an encounter with zombies. We'll just look at that briefly. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to tell me something about logic ops aren't available. There is like a setting called logic ops, which I have off, so I'm not really sure why it's doing that. I don't know if that's in game, so I'm going to skip that. There's too many. Why haven't I even... I must have googled logic ops. Whatever that was said. I must have. Logic hops aren't available. Alright. I'll probably Google it later. I'm pretty sure someone in the comments is going to tell me. This is kind of annoying. It keeps popping up. I did check to see if there was a, like, don't show me stuff setting. Yeah, that's the technical term. Don't show me stuff. Holy sugar. Alright, sorry, let me get comfortable again. Leaning on my elbow a lot, it's killing me. Killing me! A zombie just casually just standing around. Let's let Rebecca die. You're dead. How many more games have I got to go through? Not a ton. We're gonna have a look at Skies of Arcadia. This is one I don't remember getting perfect. We're using OpenGL, and the resolution should be 1x because I do remember there being problems. Let's get into this. I got to the main island at the start of the game. Battles were okay. Yeah, the battles were decent, but there were some moments here and there where it got a bit I don't know if it was to do with the camera or something, but it would chug a little bit. You also have the option to play this on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast version of this will run absolutely perfectly. But if you're adamant about the additional content... Now, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get into any kind of battle soon. But there's a lot more going on in these villages than there are in the battles. So when I was running around here, stutters a little bit. And maybe this is a good case, again, for me to go to settings and general. And go all the way down to audio stretching and save that. So if there is a little bit slowdown, hopefully the audio should be fine as well. Hopefully. Yeah, it seems to be running decent, but as I said, I do remember some of the battles. There were some moments where it wasn't super smooth. And judging by how I know some of the locations later on in the game do get a little bit bigger, and some of the battles do get more hectic, I can't say this is a good representation of the game on this device. But I'm running around here with the settings I have on the moment, and it's doing quite well. Though I'm curious, if I go to load game, did I save Isle Underground? I saved underneath this place. Okay, I thought I had a save just before the first boss battle. So unfortunately, this is all I'm going to show of this. But I did find that the running around here and turning the camera was just as bad as anywhere else. So I'm hoping that's potentially decent. Soul Calibur II. We're using Vulkan. I think it's 1.5x as well. Yeah. Whoops. Back to Wii again. I think this ran pretty much great. We have Access from CPU off. Skip idle off. 150% clock speed. We're going to start us a arcade mode. I'm going to play as Link because why not? Don't shout at me. I never played Soul Calibur or 2 or any of them really. The only 3D fighter I really got into was Dead or Alive 2. It's running really well. If I press 2 buttons together, he gets a bomb out. Or the bow and arrow. Imagine getting in a fight with someone and they just lob a bomb at you. Oh, that was dope. It's really cool. Whoa. This is cool. I don't know how you like throw. Oh, there's his boomerang. That was cool. That ran really well. Soul Calibur 2, guys. Star Fox Adventures. So I played this one a decent amount. I got to the point where you play as Fox. We're in Vulcan. It better be 1X because it does not run fantastically. I don't particularly like this game, but because I know it's got like a fair bit going on, I was interested to see how far I could get. Just to keep in mind, when you're in the outer space sections, I don't know if this is to do with MMJR. I have not tested this MMJR 2. I wish I did, but I could not make a save file on this to transfer over, and I was not going to play the entire start of this game again, because it's kind of boring if you ask me. So everything's on except this, and 50%. So with this game, the shadows are crap. They just keep flickering in and out. And this is where I mentioned earlier something about vertex setting, vertex shading or something. Can't remember the name, but it's not in MMJR. I don't know if it's... I think it's in MMJR 2. So if you test this game in MMJR 2 and it's working okay, but you have this shadow problem, look for that vertex setting in the graphics options. And that should solve the problem. This game was a bit hit and miss. It would chug a little bit, but with the settings I currently have, it does seem decently playable on MMJR. I really would have loved to see this game just as Dinosaur Planet and not mixed in with Star Fox. There's this really dumb comment. It's like, hey, General Pepper, why can't I bring my blaster? And he's like, not everything has to be gun-ho, Star Fox. This is a diplomatic mission of some sorts or whatever. And you basically end up getting a stick and beating up stuff on the planet. So why would you not just use your blasters? So this is another stubborn game. Even though it has a right stick, it is assigned the right stick to some stupid weapon stuff rather than be used for the camera. But yeah, shadow problems, some hit and miss performance. This looks okay besides the shadows, but yeah, just be wary that if you want to try and play this on MMJR, it's, you know, gonna have problems. I'm not gonna do it, but I would also recommend testing this on MMJR2 just to see if it can run any better. So that's all I'm gonna show of Star Fox. We have Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Now, I'm not really sure why I downloaded this one. I don't have any attachment to this game. Vulcan 1.5x. I guess I was interested in just some action-y Star Wars game. And I don't believe... I think The Force Unleashed is on the Wii. This game ran decently well. This one's off. These two are off and 75% clock speed. And that's what seemed to get this running decent. Although I only did the start. So you basically start off in an arena and fight this monster. Oh, now I'm playing this. I want some kind of like Mandalorian game. I really like The Mandalorian. It's a good show. Near the edge to drop and hang. Any edge? What? Or are we on the wrong side? No. What is that? Oh yeah, you can like... Oh, I thought it'd be first person aim. Near an edge. What? You want me to go up there somehow? But it's giving me the prompt below, so... Oh, yay. Ay, yay, yay, yay. I can't jump over this. Maybe I need to press this button one more time. Oh, there you go. They didn't test this game properly, dude. It should have been like, go back and press the control panel. You can't melt that. Can you melt that? No. Dude, I'm already finding this game frustrating and do not want to play it. It was entirely possible that there was some settings of some tutorial part I forgot about. I tested this the other day. I don't really remember what happened. But it's running pretty well. So yeah, if you're interested in Bounty Hunter, there you go. Let's have a look. So I didn't look at Super Monkey Ball 2. I think we're using the same settings as Monkey Ball 1, but we're going to go look at those. So we're using Vulcan. And we're at 1.5x. I'm going to turn this down to 1x. And there's a reason for this. So I'm going to load game. I think it's going to take me to the menu. Yeah, so there's this game called Monkey Race. I'm going to select Monkey Race. And yeah, just pick one course, one player. And I chose this really complex course on purpose And there's loads of like AI players that come. And let's have a look at the settings for a moment. 50%. I actually wanted to stay close to the other ones because, you know, more things on screen. And the original settings I had some dips, like we're getting some dips there. But this is a big track with a lot of people on it. So I was like, this is going to, you know, be a really good test. If you go play other modes, like Monkey Target runs great. Although Monkey Target in this game is not as good as Monkey Target in the first Monkey Ball. Oh god. I know it's just like a fun extra mode, but this racing is annoying. There's no like cool controls to it, like drifting or anything. You just have to slow down. But look, we got a pretty complex race with loads of people working decently. I want to have a look at one more thing on here, just so it's not just racing. Let's have a look at Monkey Bowling. Start. Oh, hello, Black Square. Oh, that's not good. Just max spin, try and save it. No, that's buggered. Why is that? I've not seen that before. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a Vulcan thing. That's the only game mode I've seen that happen so far. The main game should be fine. Let's go test the main game just to be sure. Because I can't remember if I actually tested the main game in this. Whoops. Story mode? What? I've never actually played Monkey Ball 2. Is that... Can I just go straight to World 1? Because I haven't played this, I just wanted to avoid any, like, unskippable cutscenes. Are we going to get any black box issues? There's a little flickering of a box in the top left. What's that about? Something for me to look into. Oh, everybody's taking turns. I forgot. Oh no, this is level 2. So if you're watching this, like, why are you testing Super Monkey Ball 1? Why are you testing Metroid Prime 1? I have another video. It was my first Retroid Pocket 3 video. And I just tested a selection of, like, games I was interested in, but also I thought were just, like, going to be ones that most people would want to see running well. We are at an hour and a half in this video, so let's... we're getting near the end. These are the last 2 columns of games. This is Smash Brothers. Now... Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh, come on. I'm going to use this moment to get a little comfier. So an hour and a half, I seem to remember that was around 65 to 70%. So we've lost about 30% battery in the hour and a half. Okay, sure. Let's start it up again. settings. We are using Vulkan. I can't remember if there's something else. I was 1.5. One of these games on this list, I swear there was like a set. Oh, maybe no. Maybe I was testing games that I deleted in the end because they weren't. So, for example, on here in my last video, you would have seen I have True Crime, both True Crime games, but I ended up deleting them because the performance wasn't fantastic overall. 75%, and they're both on the PlayStation 2, so I kind of like told myself, you know what, they're going to run best on PlayStation 2. What is up with this camera? Okay. Oh, is this where it's going to crash? Yeah, okay. I remember keeping that save file because I remembered every time I loaded there and finished the castle level, it would crash. And I didn't understand why, and I couldn't find anything online about it. So we're just actually going to start the game from scratch and start up in arcade mode. I managed to do a fair bit of arcade mode without it crashing, but I did not get Hyrule Kingdom. So I just wanted to keep that save state and show that, because if you also do Hyrule Kingdom and it crashes, maybe there's something wrong with Hyrule Kingdom. Oh, actually, how do you quit? L, R, A, and start. Let's pick Mario because I think his will always be the kingdom on the second level. I want to find out if that was just something weird for my save state. Oh, okay. Lucky me. Me and my brother played a ton of Melee. Whoops. Of course I do that. But overall, I'm not a very big Smash Brothers fan. After Melee, I pretty much never played Smash Brothers again until the Switch version, which I bought. Oh, cool. Okay, maybe there's something wrong with my save state. And then I did that entire one-player mode in the Switch version. I really like that, actually. But overall, I'm not into Smash Brothers as a fighter. I find the controls annoying. I hate when you sort of tap, you just dash. I feel like if I don't want to accidentally dash everywhere and move slowly, I know he's always dashing all over the place. Like, stop, please. Oh, she's my friend. And, yeah, well, you're just bad at the game, man. Yeah, I am. Today I am. I used to be pretty decent at this. Is the next level a target mode? Target thing? It is. I'm going to be really bad at this. What? I kept holding left. Let's do one more battle. Ice climbers. It's so boring. Yeah, it's running really good though. Oh god, I just want to walk over and grab the item, not dash all the fucking all the bloomin' time. There you go. Sorry, I feel a bit negative testing out Smash Bros. I didn't mean it to come off that way. Ooh, giant Captain Falcon. Well, this will be a good test. Oh, that was it. He's done for. That's running really well. We're gonna have a look at Zelda for Swords. Trying to think if there's something here. We got Vulcan. Did I turn off? No, dual core is on. I think this one's pretty simple too. 1.5x resolution, and pretty sure all the hacks will be pretty standard. Everything on, blah, 100%. Yeah, didn't really have to mess around with this game at all. I can't remember if I played this. I feel like I played some of this. I remember the whole Game Boy Advance Link stuff, and I know we did some of that at the time. Nowadays, all that connectivity stuff seems pretty tame. Oh no, he's trapped me. I can't leave. He said something about pressing L. Oh, right. But you can press this instead. This is a weird concept. Oh, what did he give me? I don't know. This reminds me of a concept I had when the Wii was around. I really liked this idea of there being a first-person shooter on the Wii, but then someone else would play on the DS, and they'd be like a command unit. They would like give intel, they'd use security cameras just through the DS, and it'd be a simpler game, but it would interact with oops. How do you grab? There you go. Oh, push? Yeah, push. I'm so clever. Thank you, Nintendo. Well, that's Four Swords. Obviously, that was going to run really well. It's only 2D. We've checked out the Zeldas in another video. I mentioned that Twilight Princess, from my testing, needs to be played on MMJR 2 because it runs better, and also it's in MMJR it would just crash when you go into Hyrule Field, and that's both of them using the Hyrule Speed Fix hack. So I tested Viewtiful Joe 2 in my last video. I decided to also check out we tested Viewtiful Joe 1, Vulcan, and we're testing Viewtiful Joe 2 just to show that it works. I'm pretty sure it's the same settings as Viewtiful Joe, so 100%. Did I not change anything? Wait. Do I not have a save state? Oh my god. I do. What's going on? There we go. Oh, get rid of that. Go away. So compared to the first level in Viewtiful Joe 1, it seems like there's a lot more detail. I never actually played Viewtiful Joe 2. I'm not really sure why. I really liked the first game. There's this mechanic where you can switch out and bring your girlfriend in, but she just has this weird boxing glove and this one kick. I don't know if she does anything else. Yummy. I don't know at which point in Viewtiful Joe 2 you get your outfit. Bad. B-A-D. Oh, nice. Slow down. Oh, nice. I didn't have to do the fight again. I was going to say, if I have to do the fight again, what was the point of the tutorial? It's like, no, that is that good. You know what it is? I think the grumpiness is just that I've been doing this for nearly 2 hours. I just like want to get up and move. Oh. Yeah, Viewtiful Joe 2 is working great as well. No slowdown. Finally, that leaves us with 2 more games, the Wario games. So, WarioWare Inc. Really shouldn't have to have changed anything here. Vulcan and it'll be 1.5, yep. And then we'll just load up. I think I have a save state. No, I don't. And what we got here, everything is just on. Just left it standard. No sync on, 100%. Didn't need to change anything in this. I really not have a save state. Hang on. I'm just gonna get comfy. We'll just play a few games. Oh. I love how intuitive it is, but there are a couple of games. Wow, that's because I'm looking at the capture. There are a few games you're like, what? But the logic makes no sense. It's like this trampoline one, and it says like move, but you think you're moving the man and not the trampoline. And you'd be like, why would I move? Oh, well, it's one way or the other, but it's. Oh, was I meant to press a button or press up? it's because I'm using the capture. Okay, it's like a tenth of a second. See, I pressed it early that time because I knew. Oh. Let's do the boss, and then we have Wario World to test, and that's. Oh. Okay, well, you know it runs great. Okay, the last game on the list to test is Wario World. We are using Vulcan, and it should be 1.5. It ran really well, so I don't see why I would have to change that. Going to the load. Apparently not changed any of these settings. There was something about this game, though. Was it the widescreen? I'm starting to wonder now if there's a couple of games on this list where I should have mentioned maybe the widescreen hack shouldn't be on. Let me double check with this game because I can't remember. Okay, yeah, see, on this game, widescreen hack is off. That's important. It runs a lot better with that off. Here we go. Matt, if Chris Pratt is a bad choice to voice Mario, who would be a bad choice to voice Wario? I kind of like that Wario just punches everything. Damn, I'm supposed to go up. There's a man in a forest just beating all the animals. I never played this. It does seem like it's pretty good fun. I don't know if he has a... He does have a ground pad. But it doesn't work. What just happened? Oh. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but it seemed like some screen was supposed to show. And I've gone back up. I have no idea what just happened. Get out of here. Okay, apart from that, it's working very well. I don't know what that was. I assume it was some kind of, like, video, maybe. I love garlic. Oh, garlic just gives him his health back. Wario is weird, man. Yeah, it's running really great. Okay, I'm done. I've looked at way too many games. Those are all my settings for those games, and every one of these games here I've tested, and everyone is basically fully playable or playable with a couple of problems. So I think I've shown those in my videos. And that is the end of my GameCube showcase. This is nearly 2 hours long, and I don't think I'm going to do any more GameCube. There's more games, but, you know, if they're multi-platform, so if someone's like, why haven't you looked at Tony Hawk's? They're also on the PlayStation 2. They're also on the PlayStation 1. So, you know, if you find it's not working on GameCube, you do have other platforms, potentially. So, you know, look it up. If you Google a game, you'll find the wiki of it, and the wiki will say what platforms the game's released on. So you can always double check and see if something's released on something else. So an example of that would be that I have never tested Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the PlayStation 2. The reason is, and it does actually run really well, the only reason is because it is on the Android. It is on Google Play. I think it's on Google Play, and it works very well. Actually, I haven't tested it for the Retroid Pocket 3, so don't quote me on that. But also the fact is, you know, if it's selling on a store currently, then, you know, you should also support the developer and buy the game. And yeah, so we will be checking out some Wii games. There was a guy on Discord and some other stuff where Mario Kart Wii seems to be very playable now. Donkey Kong Country Returns seems quite playable. I'll have to have a look at some other Wii games and go from there. We also have WiiWare, so there's some games here to have a look at that are worth checking out. Cave Story, for example. You can play Cave Story on the 3DS emulator, and that seems to work quite decently. And when it comes to other collections, okay, so just recently Vampire Survivors came out for Android, If you try, you cannot get this on the Google Play Store. You have to sideload it, and you can easily Google, for example, Vampire Survivors APK. You can legally go get it because it is a free game with in-game ads. And I don't know if I'll do a video showing that, but it was pretty simple to set up. And you can go in the options, set it to landscape mode. You can use the controls to play it, and yes, you can be there all day playing it, basically. So I don't know if I'll do a video on Android games, but I'm basically covering the ones that are going to have potential problems. So Gamecube, we might have a little bit more look at 3DS, but I don't have a lot of games on here. I just have the ones I think might work. Nintendo 64, this needs a little bit of setup to get the widescreen working. But for the most part, yeah, the game's going to run fantastic. Nintendo DS, I guess you could have a little setup for getting the screens right, but they're all going to run just fine. Nintendo Switch, there is a new version of Skyline that I need to look at, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should run on this device, but when you get to the title screen, it crashes. So I'm hoping there's an update in the future where it won't crash anymore, because then I assume the game will run perfectly. PSP, this device is a PSP masterclass. If you love PSP, then this is the device for you. Maybe we'll do a video on PSP. Not so much the settings, just to look at like how great it is. It's perfect. I kind of wish I had this in black now. I really like the atomic. You can buy shells for this, so I was really considering taking the shell apart and dyeing this to get a transparent black. I thought that would be sick, but I think the screen is like locked into the top half of the case. But if you really wanted to buy a different case for the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, you can on the website, but they're like $40-50, so I don't know if it's worth it. You'd have to really be committed. PlayStation 1's fantastic. Widescreen hacks. Don't really know if it's worth doing a video on those. That's pretty much it. Now I'm just sort of like giving this a reason to go to the 2-hour mark. But that's my video on GameCube games. If you like that, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell, because then you can see me do Wii games, and I guess we'll have a look at more PlayStation 2 games as well. There are some ones I want to go deeper there, so like Auto Modelista, I need to test a little bit more. I can't remember if I actually tested it on PlayStation 2. Gun, which ran badly on the GameCube, runs very well on PS2. Can't remember if there's some other ones I chucked on here, so I may do another PlayStation 2 video. But thank you very much, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.